Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I'm collabing with Amy Melissa. And of course, I'll have a link to her channel in my description box. Now, Amy and we met through YouTube within the last few months, and I just adore her. She is beautiful, she is kind, she is sweet, she is genuine, and her content is really a lot of fun. So if you guys have not yet gone to her channel and subscribed, I highly recommend you guys do so. Now, she and I got to know each other a lot better because we took part in a group collab doing a palette bingo look with the Hella palette from Odin's Eye in collaboration with Angelica Nikovist. And I was pulled into a group chat that, of course, she was in too. And so we just got to know each other better. It's been really fun getting to know Amy. And she reached out to me, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and she said, I would love to do another collab with you. And we both have a palette in common that we absolutely love. And that is the Def Leppard palette from Rock and Roll Beauty. Yes, now I'm a huge Def Leppard fan. I'm going to talk to you guys about my undying love for this band throughout this video. But this is such a cool palette. I love that it's shaped like a triangle. I love that there's the Def Leppard logo. You know, this is on all of their album covers and merch and all that stuff. And I love that there's a leopard here. And then when you open the palette up, it's got this really cool inside here. This is the cover of the Hysteria album that was released in 1987. And that's my favorite Def Leppard album ever made. And then we have this really cool color story. Now, at first, I was not a huge fan of the color story because it just, I don't know, it didn't really say Def Leppard to me. I was thinking the color story would match these colors more. I don't know, that's just what I had in my head. But I have used this palette a few times and it's absolutely incredible. I really like the formula of the mattes and the shimmers. Really, really a nice palette. And I do have the Ozzy Osbourne Bat palette from Rock and Roll Beauty. Now, Rock and Roll Beauty is no longer in business. And I've heard different things about Rock and Roll Beauty, that Makeup Revolution actually owns the brand or bought the brand. So I do think that if you go onto the Makeup Revolution site, you can still find Rock and Roll Beauty products like this palette and other things from the brand. They did have a sale for quite a long time on the Rock and Roll Beauty website. I just haven't looked at that site for a long time, but if they're still selling things on their site, like a really good sale, by the way, I'll link that site in my description box. And also I'll check out and see if Makeup Revolution is still selling their products. And if they are, I'll link that site in my description box as well. But I am so excited to use this today. I cannot wait. And I really am thinking of, like, I don't know, purple, blue, this green, yellow. I haven't really used a lot of these shades here either. And I was going to do that today, but I don't know, I just want to do something a little bit more colorful, maybe a little bit more fun with this palette. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do today. And of course, this eyelid is primed in the P. Louise eyeshadow base, and I do have both of my brows done. So let's get into this look. And it's really cool that we can choose whatever shades we want because our looks hopefully are going to be very different. Maybe not, maybe they'll be the exact same, who knows? But I'm so excited to see Amy's video and see what she does with this palette. So I will start off with this shade right here, this purple matte, kind of lavender matte called Promise, and put that in my transition area. And I will be popping some pictures up of Def Leppard as I go through this video. I have a very close friend and sister. Her name is Lynn, and she is a huge Def Leppard fan. And she's been to a ton of their concerts, and she has a ton of pictures of Def Leppard that she took while she was at those concerts. And she and I met through YouTube, oh, I don't know, over the last year, if not longer ago than that. And she and I started chatting on Instagram. And she said, when she found out I was a huge Def Leppard fan, she said, I have a ton of pictures of Def Leppard from my concerts, and I would love to send you some of those. Would you like that? And I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I could not believe it. So she sent me 2 photo albums full of Def Leppard pictures, and I've shown that in another video. And I was going to just show you guys again those photo albums, but it's kind of hard to do your makeup and show pictures at the same time. So I just figured I would take pictures of those pictures and pop them up during this video. So the quality of those photos that I'm going to be showing you may not look that great in this video, but trust me, the quality of the photos that Lynn took are incredible. It's like you're at the concert. So I first discovered Def Leppard when I was in grade school. The album Pyromania came out when I was in the 3rd grade in 1983. And we also had MTV at that point. And so I just absolutely fell in love with Def Leppard. You know, I just thought they were so awesome. And I had a huge crush. I've always had a huge crush on Joe Elliott, and he's their lead singer. And I just had never really heard music like that before. I mean, I'd heard, you know, rock music, But I don't know, there was just something special about Def Leppard from the very beginning. I just was like, this is so cool, this music. I love it. And my favorite songs off the Pyromania album are Photograph and Rock of Ages. And I also love Foolin'. And I think Bringing on the Heartache is also on Pyromania. I think. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. And I got the tape for, I think it was Christmas, right? Or my birthday, maybe? I can't remember. I just know I got the tape of Pyromania. I don't think I got it in 3rd grade. I think I got it in like 4th grade from, I think, my mom. And I would just rock out. I mean, rock out. Love that album. I will always love that album. And every time I hear it, it just brings back good memories from my grade school, middle school days. I know that sounds kind of dorky maybe, but it does. You know, I just have a lot of really great memories of that album. So awesome. Alrighty, I'm done with that shade. I think it looks very nice. So now I think what I want to do is put a few shimmers across the lid. And I'm going to start off with this shade here called Rocket and put that in my outer V, kind of into my transition area a little bit. It's a beautiful blue satiny shimmer shade. And then in 1987, when I was in the 7th grade, the Hysteria album was released. And my friends and I just went absolutely out of our minds for that album, okay? And like the main goal was to get that album, you know, and it was sold out for a long time here. I remember that. And when I finally got the tape, I ended up getting the CD when I was in high school. I thought I was the coolest person to walk the face of the earth. I really did, because I think I was one of the only people out of my friend group that had the tape of Hysteria. And everyone was like, what? How'd you get that? Oh my gosh. Ah. And I can remember like friends coming over to my house, even friends like sitting with me like at school, like out during break on the little benches, and we'd like share headphones. Like I broke a pair of headphones so that my friend and I could listen to them together, and just loving that, you know, just loving the Hysteria album. And that has Pour Some Sugar on Me, which is one of my favorite songs they've ever done. Also, Love Bites, Rocket, Armageddon It, Animal, which is probably, I think it would go, Hysteria is my favorite song that Def Leppard's ever done. And then probably Animal, and then Pour Some Sugar on Me, and then Photograph, Rock of Ages, and then on down the line. But I mean, we just loved everything about that album. And when I was a freshman in high school, I went to a brand new school. Like I know maybe 2 people there because my parents had gotten divorced and I moved and stuff. And my freshman year, we could not leave campus during lunch because the freshman class a year ahead of me, so by the time I started, they were sophomores, had gone to the local McDonald's, a couple kids, and had sprayed a table with hairspray and then lit the table on fire. Whoops. So they wouldn't let freshmen leave campus at that point. I think they do now, but they didn't for quite a while. And so I was always in the cafeteria during lunch my freshman year, and we had a jukebox in the cafeteria, and we would listen to Def Leppard songs all through lunch, even before school, after school. Anytime we were in the cafeteria, typically Def Leppard songs were always playing. And I'm going to go back into Promise and just kind of blend that edge out a little bit. I'm going to use a different brush. That Blend Buddy brush is not my favorite brush. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just not my favorite. So I'm going to go back around and just kind of blend that a little bit. But I will say that I got sick of listening to Love Bites because we listened to it way too much. It's like, no more. So sometimes when it comes on the radio, I will admit, I will change the station because I just got sick of listening to Love Bites. Any other Def Leppard song pretty much that comes on, I will listen to it from beginning to finish. I will say though, that their later albums, I think what's it called? Adrenalize. I mean, that had a few good songs on it, but not my favorite. And then I'm honestly not really sure when the last time they released an album. Lynn would probably know that, but I don't know for sure. But the real, you know, like vintage Def Leppard is what I just love. So now I think what I'll do, I was trying to decide if I want to do these two or these two or these two. I don't know. Let me think about this for just a second. I think I'm going to go into this shade. This is called Sea of Love, and put that next to the blue shade. And from what I read, Def Leppard, they're all from the UK. Sheffield, I think, is the name of the town that I think most of them are from, if not all of them. And they formed, I believe, in 1972. And the current members of Def Leppard are Joe Elliott, who I am madly in love with. I'll go into that in a little bit here. And then there's Rick Savage. He's a guitar player. Is he their bass player or just the guitar player? I'm not sure. Phil Collin, which is another guitar player. And then Vivian Campbell. One of those people plays the bass. I just never can get that right in my head. And then Rick Allen, who is their drummer. Now, Rick Allen, and I can't remember what year this was, but it's been quite some time. He was in a horrible car accident and lost his, I believe, left arm. So he drums with only one arm, and they made like a whole drum kit for him so that he could just drum with one arm. I can't imagine. And he's so good, so good. He's such a great drummer. I think he might be my favorite drummer, actually. I mean, I like several drummers, but I mean, just to know that he only does it with one arm is pretty cool. And I felt like such a jackass because when I filmed my first Def Leppard video, the one I filmed like right after I got this palette, I said that Tony Kenning had lost his arm. He was their original drummer. And no, he hadn't lost his arm. It was Rick Allen. And I knew that. I mean, I know quite a bit about Def Leppard. I mean, you know, I could know more, I'm sure, obviously. But I don't know. I Googled it because I wanted to like verify that it was Rick Allen. And it said that it was Tony Kenning. Google sometimes will do you dirty. And I would love, and I mean love, to see Def Leppard in concert. Absolutely. I mean, I think it's so cool that Lynn has been to so many of their concerts, you know, just so cool. And they did come here, gosh, maybe 5 or 6. No, I think it was closer to, I think it was like in 2014. So like 9 years ago, I guess. They did come here, or was it that long ago? I don't know. It was either, it was between either two, I think it was like 2014 to maybe 2017, I think is when they came. And I'd really thought about getting tickets to go see them. And I really wish I had because, you know, I'm sure it would have been an amazing concert. I'm going to go back around with this brush and just kind of blend that a little bit too. Because, you know, the pictures that Lynn has sent me that I'm going to be popping up here are so cool. So cool. And I'm such a huge fan of theirs. You know, I just am. And I know I would love to go to one of their concerts. And I think what I'll do is go back into ROCKED just with my finger and just kind of mush that together right there. Now, let's talk about Joe Elliott here for just a moment, okay? Like I said, I had a huge, huge, huge crush on him. And when Hysteria came out, his like fashion trend that he started was holy jeans. And I think I was going to put the yellow. Should I put the yellow or should I put the purple shade? I think I'm just going to stick with the purple. This is beautiful. I'm going to put that towards the front part of the lid. And I have used this shade before and I love it. I love the shimmers in here. They're gorgeous. And so I was on a mission to get holy pants. Okay. I had to have them. I had to match Joe Elliott. I wanted to show my, you know, utter love and devotion to him. So my mom allowed me to get a pair of holy pants with my own money, my babysitting money. And she called them my piranha pants. And I got those, I think, my freshman year of high school, I'm pretty sure. And of course, that was when Def Leppard was always playing on the jukebox in my high school. And everybody thought those pants were so cool. Most people at school would call them my Joe Elliott pants, but my mom, like I said, called them my piranha pants. And I couldn't wear them without something underneath of them because they were very holy. I mean, there were holes all over those pants. And I wish I had a picture of it. I'd show them to you guys. They were great. So I had to wear either long johns or spandex pants under them. And we used to wear like electric blue spandex pants under my holy pants. You know, who does that? And I thought I was so cool. But I used to have posters of Joe Elliott all over my walls. And I think at one point I even wrote Erica Elliott on one of my folders for school. Like, I'm not kidding. And I still think he's really good looking. You know, he's aged really well. So some of those rockers, you know, you see them and you're like, whoa, because they partied hard back in the day. You know, like if you see like, you know, Ozzy Osbourne and, you know, Alice Cooper and like Mick Jagger, some of those guys, I mean, you know, they look their age, that's for sure. And they do look like they partied a little too hard back in the day. But I think Joe looks great. I really do. I think he's still very cute. And I think all the rest of them look really great, especially Phil Collin. Like, he's in great shape. Great shape. And yeah, they're just a really awesome rock band from my childhood. And, you know, I listened to, let me see, I'm trying to figure out which shade to go in with my finger here, because that still looks kind of weird. I think I'm going to go back in with Sea of Love, actually. I still listen to Def Leppard music all the time. And actually, I'm so excited. So I used to have this huge thing full of CDs, like one of those CD cases, like long and skinny, and you can put like, I don't know, 200 CDs in it. And I gave that to my daughter. And for whatever reason, I thought I got rid of it. And she found it. When she moved, she found my CD case and sent a picture of it to my son and I. And my son just about came out of his skin because he's like, I got to get that. I want that. That's the music from my childhood. Because I let them listen to a lot of different kinds of music, expose them to a lot of different kind of music that I had grown up listening to and stuff and listened throughout my life. And the Def Leppard Best Hits CD, The Vault, is in that. And I'm like, you got to give me the Vault back. I got to have that CD back. So great. And my really good friend, very good friend and subscriber, Janet, she's like another sister to me. She got me a set of 80s music CDs, and there's a couple Def Leppard songs, or is there just the one? Just Pour Some Sugar on Me. I can't remember, but I listen to that CD all the time too, because there's a lot of really great songs on that. So really fun, you know, just really fun. And I would love to know if you are a Def Leppard fan and which songs are your favorites. I would love to chat about that with you in the comment section. I really like a good mix of Pyromania and Hysteria. Those are like my favorite two albums, and pretty much any song that comes on the radio, or like if I'm listening to YouTube music or something, if any of those songs from Def Leppard come on, I'm gonna just go yeah to those songs. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. This is very messy down here. I've got a lot of fallout, and I might blend that just a little bit more, but I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna go off camera, do my other eye, the rest of my face and my hair, and I will come back. This is the finished look. I love how this look turned out. It was so much fun to pull out the Def Leppard palette and play with it again. So happy that Amy has it too, so that we could use it together for our collab. So fun. And I'm going to show you the palette again, but before I do, let me show you just a few things I put on my face for my finished look. For my lipstick, I used this one right here. This is a Ladybug Glow Multi-Chrome Lip Gloss in the shade number 5. I am loving these glosses. I just thought the purple and teal stuff would look cool with my eye look today. And then for my upper lid liner, I used the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Liquid Liner in black. This one I'd had for a while, forgot about it, have been recently using it, and I just love it. Super affordable, and it works really well. And then for my lower waterlines, I did use this one from Beauty Creations. Is this right? Yeah. And this is in the shade Aquamarine, and I had not used the shade yet, and I love it. It's really pretty. I think it looks good with the teal stuff, or kind of aquamarine shade on my eyelids. And this works so well in the waterlines. I highly recommend, if you guys are looking for a really good gel liner for your waterlines, try these out. I got a whole set of them, and they're all really, really good, really good. And then for my mascara, I did use this one from Item Makeup. This is the Lash Snack that Jen from Jen Beauty sent to me. Love this. So glad that I finally remembered she sent it to me, because I've been using it lately and I just love it. And I did find out from a couple of my subscribers that Item Makeup is no longer in business. I'm so bummed about that, because I love their eyebrow pencils. I should have stocked up on those big time. So now let's talk about the palette, the Def Leppard palette from Rock and Roll Beauty. And such a bummer that Rock and Roll Beauty is no longer either. I just love the whole inside of this palette. It's so cool. And on my lower lash lines, I basically just put this across both lower lash lines at first, and then I put this down. This one's called Promise. This is called Rocket, across both lower lash lines. I just love the quality of this. I love how everything works in this. At first, this shade kind of wasn't really showing up as well as I thought it would, or as well as it used to, but I don't know. My Blend Buddy brushes are just taking me a while to get used to. I don't know. I don't know what it is, because, I mean, everybody raves about those brushes. I do like them. It's just, I don't know, that one just didn't work very well. Anyway, let's move on. But I really enjoy the shimmers that I used out of this palette today. These two here, Sea of Love, beautiful, and then this one here called Rocket. Yes, Rocket. Love having a Def Leppard palette in my collection. I love this band. I would love, like I said when I was filming, I would love to know what you guys love about Def Leppard. We can chat about that in the comment section. I want to say a huge thank you to my dear friend and sister Lynn for sending me the pictures that I popped up in this video. They are very special to me. I cherish those pictures so much. And I also want to say a huge thank you to Amy for suggesting that we do this collab. This was really a lot of fun. And I cannot wait to go and watch Amy's video and hear her tales of Def Leppard, or how she feels about Def Leppard. And also, of course, see her look come together with this beautiful palette. That is going to be wonderful. And I really hope that Amy and I can collab together again. I really enjoyed this collab experience with her. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.